Skeletor hates the Bungie layoffs by Tom Christie. I have absolutely loved Tom Christie's Destiny content. I've absolutely found all of these amazing, and they're just super awesome to watch. If you haven't checked them out, definitely go check them out. A lot of D2 players feel a little betrayed, feel a little lost, if you will, and a little really disappointed in terms of Bungie, especially in regards to layoffs. Now, when a company does layoffs, that will immediately paint a target on them, proverbial target, of course. Knowing people that have gone through layoffs, knowing people that have been laid off and how it affects them, how it just affects them mentally, financially. Someone who used to work in finance, right? Obviously. Not a big fan of that, and that will color my perception of all your projects and your future projects going forward. But, you know, I'm very curious. I'm very curious what the message in this is. I'm very curious what memes and potential positivity Tom Christie can throw at us today.
He-Man! He-Man! Wake up! Wake the fuck up!
What?
He-Man! Get the fuck out here! We're so fucked! Reset the counter!
Reset.
This is just Destiny. Oh my god. Like, there was for a while, like, we had, what was it? The Hispanic Heritage Month post. We had the layoffs. We had Trials Chestnut. There was a period of like a few weeks, whereas every single like day or every other day, there was just something else. That is so true. Oh my god.
The what? Oh.
Yeah.
He-Man! It's bad! Real bad!
You say this like every 2 weeks, man. Come on.
But this time it's for real!
It can't be that bad.
They're delaying the final shape till June!
What?
They've laid
I heard that and I'm just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, unfortunately. Like, part of me doesn't see why. And I've covered this before on stream and in discussions and stuff. The way Bungie's pipeline should have been laid out, because it's not like Pokemon could just book a Nashville, Tennessee venue overnight or a couple weeks ahead. No, if they're going to go host Worlds in Tennessee, right, which they'd hold a Worlds in Tennessee, right, 8 to 12 months prior, like, they're booking that venue, they're making deals, they're making sure all that paperwork goes through and everyone gets paid, the space gets, like, there's no way, like, even Modern Warfare 3, right, had like, was it half a year of development or 8 months? I can't remember, but it still had a pipeline. It's not like, oh, well, we finished Modern Warfare 2, time to make Modern Warfare 3 now. Although in that case, that's actually probably a bad example because it probably was. But point in case, when a project is finished, does not mean the new project begins. If anything, before the product actually launches, 6 months plus prior, you are 6 months prior, I mean, you're looking at all the physical media needs to go out, all the marketing needs to be done. Like, we just had, what was it, Destiny the Final Shape on a Sony thing earlier this year, right? An official like Sony presentation. Like, cool, yeah, Final Shape should have been done months ago, and then they're moving up to episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. As opposed to this, I would assume that they would at the very least be finishing episode 2 of Final Shape. So I don't quite understand the delay, unless they're going to fix the game, kind of like when Witch Queen was delayed and Witch Queen came out and kind of was a smash hit, right? Here's the double-edged sword with delays, though. You delay that product. However, if you delay it, you have to deliver. If you don't deliver, it's going to look worse for you in the long run. And I keep saying, it feels like I bash on Destiny a lot. My issue has never been with the Bungie devs. It's always been with Bungie management. That has been showcased to be the problem point. And I want this game to succeed. There's so many people that I've worked with, many people that I deal with, many people that I've talked with, many people that used to watch me and were very good raiders and don't anymore, right? There's a lot of people that watched me and I've interacted with who love Destiny, and I love it. It's bad when I'm addicted to Destiny at Season of the Seraph and Lightfall actually broke an addiction. Let's put it that way. Like, I was on consistently. So, I mean, it's in a state that's all I can say, and I hope delaying this is going to be able to showcase, hey, we're going to make this game better, and I want it to be better.
up like 100 workers.
What?
And they fired Michael fucking Salvatore.
Oh,
that one.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That is bad.
I know.
That one, I want to understand Bungie's reasoning for that, but I don't think we're going to be on the public side. I don't think we're going to be actually, like, the information's going to be available, right? We're not going to have access to that. I just don't think it's necessarily proper for us to as well. That being said, the fact that they let him go is concerning.
Oh, sweet G. Hang on. By the power who gives a fuck. Tell me everything.
Look here, He-Man. With one announcement, Bungie has turned this game from a Hindenburg into a fucking Titanic.
My God. I guess we really did vote with our wallets.
I know,
Yes, we did.
but I wanted this game to get a wake-up call, not a fucking donkey punch. And somehow, it gets even worse. Napa management said that they kept the right people. Who the fuck says that and then fires Michael fucking Salvatore?
This is
Yeah, that's concerning. And that's the thing, is it's like, so with anything with business, and I kind of agree with the sentiment, was it Josh Strife Hayes, or was it the devs behind what is it? Can't remember what the devs were. The concept of goodwill being a currency, right? And if you have something happen, you can use that goodwill to a degree to, you know, effectively buy your way out of, like, hey, cool, we're delaying this expansion. Okay, but, you know, the game has been good. You know, it's been good to us. We totally understand that. Final Fantasy 14, for example, right, during Endwalker, weren't the servers backed up? Like, people couldn't log in, and they even, as far as I'm aware, disabled trial accounts, potentially purchases of the game for a bit. Like, but if Destiny did that, how many people would be up in arms? 14 did it, but here's the issue, is that 14 is incredibly end-user focused, in my opinion. It showcases regularly that it is worth my time. I pay a sub fee for Final Fantasy 14. I pay a sub fee in 2023 because I think it's worth my time, and I want access to this game, and I think that it's worth it. If Bungie did that, if Bungie tomorrow rolled out, yeah, we're going to have a sub fee, excuse you? You see how a company with goodwill and a company that makes good decisions, the Square Enix team that deals with Final Fantasy 14, and Bungie, now a subsidiary of Sony that deals with Destiny 2, you see how actions, if one of them does something, but if you translate it to the other, it's going to go be perceived in a different light, right? So I do agree with that sentiment. And Bungie has burnt arguably most of their goodwill. When I look at numbers, I see it really doesn't jump above 30,000 concurrent players for Destiny 2. Anyone that's still playing the game, that's their choice, and they should feel empowered to still play the game despite all the layoffs and all the issues. If you want to enjoy it, I'm not going to vilify you for doing that. You spent money into this game, you should absolutely feel empowered to play the game. Those of us that just look at it and like, look, we need to see some improvement. Yeah, we voted with not only our wallets, but our time. So the thing with not selling the game was literally around a digital keys theme. Yes, yeah. No, and there's nuance. Don't get me wrong. There's a conversation to be had about 14. What I'm trying to get across here is that when they did it, if Activision did that, Call of Duty did that, Destiny did that, people would be up in arms. People would be furious. 14 did it for good and valid reasons, and is a good experience. That's the key difference here. If Destiny would make the game something amazing, would deliver a game that a lot of us wanted, we'd be perceiving a lot of these decisions in a very different light.
It's quickly becoming a shit show, isn't
Yeah.
it?
As if it wasn't already!
What the hell is going on over there at Bungie?
I don't know, but look what happens when you over-deliver, Bungie. We get Lightfall, and you get a 45% revenue loss.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how the developers of the game must feel right now. They most likely had no heads up about any of this. Now they can
No, as far as I'm aware, at least if the Twitter posts are anything to go off of, you know, once again, grain of salt, because Twitter, not necessarily. It's weird that you can actually use Twitter, like, because I've seen papers that, like, their works cited page has a, like, works cited for a Twitter post. Like, like, you know how it's like, you know, title of the work, year published, like a full-on citation for tweets. That one threw me off. Like, I was like, oh my God, I guess that's fair. If the tweets are anything to go off of, like, they just, like, showed up and they had very little warning about this, if any at all, which is a problem. And I'm very, very much a person that is against layoffs. I get, from some business sense, it might be necessary in some capacity. I think that it's a failure of management if it has to happen personally. So I will I'll stay on that hill. Bungie burned through their goodwill just like they burned through $2 million something in employee retention. So in regards to why Microsoft didn't buy Bungie, they said it was due to their high cash burn rate, which doesn't mean that they're like losing money. It's that they're spending a lot of money, right? Like they're spending a lot of money for what actually gets put out, from my understanding. And somebody who deals in economics, somebody who deals in the business back end, I mean, absolutely, I welcome you in the comments to go over what a high and low cash burn rate is. But That was why Microsoft didn't purchase Bungie. Their cash burn rate was just too high. So, I mean, yeah, no, this is always concerning when a company does this.
The community is going to be scared, confused, and even the content creators are rattled. I mean, imagine basing your whole
I think that was Mint Blitz, actually, that posted
confused, and even the
I think that was Mint Blitz that posted that. It was so weird, because we had non-Bungie creators, non-Destiny YouTubers and stuff comment on this situation. I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, you're going to have people like Asmil, you're going to have people like Yongye, you're going to have people like Bellular, right? I mean, it's their job. I mean, they're going to do that, right? It makes sense. This was huge. We can't underestimate how huge this was. This was huge for them to do. Cash burn rate is very industry dependent. That is true. That is a good point. I would have to delve into that a little bit more. Like, this was... There's a reason people are taking a lot of issue with this.
Content creators are rattled. I mean, imagine basing your whole channel around one game, and then finding out that that game may not have a future.
So, fun fact, that's actually why I do what I do. Sure, I do React content, but if you ever noticed, like when I go to the Kip TV channel, or whenever I haven't posted anything in a hot minute, right? But Keys in a Kip, when I'm trying to get going, right? When I get caught up, it's been such a challenge to be like 2 months ahead. Anyways, but like, that is a very big concern. I could make a Pokemon channel tomorrow being called, like, I don't know, Black Glasses, right? How we have like Lucky Punch as a channel, right? Black Glasses being a Pokemon item. Black Glasses cover Pokemon, right? But what if Pokemon takes a downturn? Well, there goes my viewer base. If I had just a Destiny channel, cool, sure. Maybe I could rake views. Maybe people would come to me just for Destiny, right? And that is a cost-benefit analysis where if you don't tie your brand to something specific, right? So I play a bunch of games. I play Zelda, I play Resident Evil, I play Destiny, I play Pokemon, some anime games like Naruto, Storm Connections, right? Stuff like that. I play a lot of different games. As anyone that's watched me for a while will tell you, I play a lot of variety games. Final Fantasy, Crisis Core, and 14, right? However, if I were to specialize into MMOs, specialize into shooters, specialize into Call of Duty, specialize into Battlefield, specialize into League, I could potentially see people that want to watch that specific thing come to the channel, but they'd only come for that. I'd argue that it's a little more shaky than if you just... Because Asmongold, right? Asmongold can play WoW. He can play 14. He can play realistic, whatever wants people to watch, right? That's the kind of platform that I'm vying for, where you show up just because you want to watch, like, Kip do a thing, and if you don't want to watch it, say you don't want to watch Lord of the Rings Online, say you don't want to watch Final Fantasy 14, say Call of Duty Black Ops 3 doesn't interest you, right? Cool. Like, you shouldn't feel obligated. And that's actually why I do a lot of the React content that I do. Sure, I have my staple uploads, don't get me wrong, but the way that I put it out, if you can't make every single video, don't feel bad about having to miss a video. Sure, I like ad revenue. Sure, I like money go burr, right? Strict line goes up. But at the same time, like, I get it. I get what it's like to have a job. Like, I totally get it. I get what it's like to be like, I like this creator. I want to support this creator. But God, they just put out way too much content. I've been there. I get it. So that's my little, like, insight into that. I think when you make channels, like, yeah, if you make yourself a specific thing, right? Oh, I'm going to cover Destiny 2. I'm going to cover competitive Pokemon. I'm going to cover Final Fantasy 14 raids, stuff like that, right? Sure, you're able to attract an audience for that. However, if you don't do that, if you don't have a channel focus, it gets harder for, one, the algorithm to figure out who wants to do things to watch you, right? But two, it makes it so that the people that are going to want to watch you play 14 aren't going to necessarily want to watch you play Black Ops 3, aren't necessarily going to watch you play League of Legends, right? And at that point, you're quote-unquote selling yourself, you're marketing yourself as a personality at that point. Just some insight from a small creator, you know. I had some commentary on that.
I mean, that would really suck.
Yeah, it would.
No shit, man! The twab just came out!
Twid.
Now shut the fuck up about that. Here we go.
Twit.
Let's see what these boobs have to say for themselves. What the? This isn't a twab!
Twid.
This fucking reeks of ChatGPT and PR bullshit!
Now, I don't want to see you attacking the developers. They've got it much worse than we do right now.
Yeah, I've said it's not the devs, it's management. If anything, like... And please do not harass them. Like, I hate that in 2023 we have to say that it's not okay to, like, harass people, to, like, financially harass them, to threaten violence. That's not okay, and never has been okay, honestly. You can absolutely showcase your displeasure, be like, look, like, can we get our stuff together? Like, can we get this going, right? If you're like ordering pizzas to somebody's house and harassing them that way or stalking them, you've gone a step too far. Like, no, I'm not going to defend that. You're going to get what's coming to you.
I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at the dipshits running this circus.
Yeah.
Hey, why not come play Baldur's Gate free with me? I mean, you're in for a 7-month-long season here. Why don't you just stop playing the game for a while?
I can't stop. I'm addicted to the shindig.
God, I feel that. That was me at the end of Season of the Seraph.
I play this game every single day, and I don't know why. I get teabagged in Crucible, shit-stomped in Trials, and every LFG has that one guy who calls me a
I actually saw a TikTok recently on this subject that, like, Xbox Live and old, like, shit talking used to be so much better. And it's so true. He's just like, yeah, I was playing Call of Duty and I hopped on mic and this dude just called me the N-word. And, like, we used to be so creative with how we, like, actually, like, dealt with people. Like, you could have, like, if someone hops on and just calls you a slur, right? Oh, how original. Did you find that on the back of a cereal box? Come on. Like that, right? You're just kind of like just disappointed. Now, if somebody says that, I'm trying to figure out what I can say that's TOS because Xbox Live, I have things that I'm like, I could say a number of things. Trying to find TOS. Like the bucket one from the Ackman video killed me. Like, oh, I know how to run this raid, and it's like, if I was half as good a charlatan as you, I'd own my own empire, right? And you look at it and you have to think about it, right? And you're like, okay, kind of a high class burn, that kind of thing, right? Like, shit talking used to be so different, and this is very on brand for that because like you have that one person in every like team that'll just like try to shit talk, but then they're just like. Exactly. And that's when you fire back like, well, I mean, you're the equivalent of participation trophy with the way you play, right? And then they just have to stop and you can see the cogs turn in their brain. That is Xbox Live shit talking.
Through all that crap, I still log on, repeat the cycle, and somehow leave satisfied. And I've come too far to not see this story to the end.
I feel that.
I just want to enjoy this game again.
I didn't know that, Skeletor. Hey, look. There's clearly a lot of unknowns going on here. Bungie hasn't given a full statement of what we can expect going forward. So for now, all we can do
I think they have at this point in time, actually.
is, well, wait, and hope they really bring their A game to the final shape.
I guess so.
If Destiny 2 could survive sunsetting, the content vault, and even the Curse of Osiris DLC, well, I'm pretty sure we can make it through this too.
I didn't play Curse of Osiris era. I heard it was bad.
We've just got to have a little faith.
Now, see, the last time you gave me a pussy boy speech, things were fucked. I mean, my expectations for the final shape were low.
Low, yeah.
But now, fuck.
Yeah, it's bad.
You want to do the Halloween event, or?
God, no. Not
That shader actually was kind of hot, though. I just didn't do
after
it.
seeing all this and reading the twab, I'm just about done for today.
Hey, Skeletor.
Yes, He-Man?
I just think you should know. It's called Twid now.
Oh, would you shut the fuck
That was actually perfect. I love that. No, and there's a lot of commentary. There's a lot of back and forth that's happening with Destiny right now. And as I've said multiple times, I want the game to be good. I want a game that respects people's time. I don't even care about the Eververse. Sure, put Witcher costumes on the Eververse. I don't give a shit. I really don't. If I want to buy it, I'll buy it. It's if I don't want to buy it, I'm not going to buy it, which is a poor argument itself for people that are hooked on microtransactions and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't necessarily mind that there's Eververse stuff. I really don't. It's when the gameplay itself is bad. That's the issue. And, you know, I hoping with all hope that the final shape is going to bring the game around. I hope that it's going to do some good things. I hope that it fixes the game. But I'm going to, as I said, I did revoke my pre-order for Final Shape. I will be looking the 2 weeks after the game comes out. I will be avoiding spoilers. But if the game is broken, I will not be purchasing it. And that is my line in the sand. I need Bungie to showcase to the people that are firmly invested in this that the game is good. If it is good, I will buy it. But at this time, I actually revoked my pre-order on it. And I do wish, individuals like Bife, Aztecross for what it is worth as well, that, I hope that after, a lot of people start burning out on Destiny, or at the very, kind of like what we saw with MCU, how some people after Endgame, after the Thanos arc, right, concluded, a lot of people dropped out of the MCC. People still watch Marvel, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people were like, cool, we're done after 10 years. Even though we're finishing just the Light and Darkness saga, I think a lot of people are going to be dropping out. And I do wish Bife the best, do wish Aztecross the best, Dado the best. Not sure what Team Elysium's going to do, but, I hope that they're still able to find success on YouTube and that they can move beyond Destiny if that is what they choose to do. And in regards to Marathon, I'm not purchasing it. I'll play old Marathon. I have no interest in Marathon, and I guess I wish Bungie the best of luck and hope that it's better than Crucible ever was. But I digress. What are your thoughts on it? Do you think you're in the same boat as me, that you just are having trouble trusting the game, trusting Bungie and Sony by extension? Do you want the game to be good? Do you, think that other games are worth your time now? Do you think that Destiny isn't worth your time? Do you agree with having the Eververse? Do you not agree with having the Eververse? Let me know in the comment section. Have an intelligent debate, all that fun stuff. And I feel for all the other Guardians out there like me who just don't feel like their time is respected. And maybe one day we can return. Maybe in post-game death. Maybe if Marathon crashes, maybe we'll go back to Destiny. Who knows? Let me know in the comment section, all that fun stuff. Definitely go check out Tom Christie if you haven't. Absolutely just super legit dude. I want to help him get to as many people as I can, especially after the fact, how uploads kind of get buried by the algorithm. Hopefully this gives them a new light, gives them a new breath of fresh air. And thank you, Tom Christie, for making excellent videos. I really do appreciate this. You absolute legend. Thank you for making such awesome videos, and I can't wait to see what works you make next. That about does it for me for this one. Drink, hydrate, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.